Hey folks, Lilio here and welcome back to another video. In this video, we will start another series where we will speak about brilliant moves in chess. What is a brilliant move and his characteristics, his options, the most common positions that we can see the brilliant moves and so so on. In this first video, I want to bring some games and huge and the huge games that I looked with brilliant moves. I just looked at to some things that make a move be a brilliant move. It's not the brilliant move only, but the position, and it's almost all the times that we have one position in that we can say one blunder or one mistake by the one opponent. Normally the move that comes the next it's a brilliant move because it's a brilliant move exploring the blunder or exploring the mistake of the opponent. In this game that I want to bring to here, I want to bring a game between Krikor Sevag Mkhitaryan and Fabiano Caruana in the Titled Tuesday. Titled Tuesday is one event that happens in the chess.com. It's always Tuesday and only the titled players can play in this championship. So this game happened in February, right? So in the last February, I think February 17, I don't know, maybe this or I don't remember of the date. I don't remember, but it was a position that Krikor it's playing with the black pieces and Caruana was playing with the white pieces. So the clock of the Krikor it's going on, it's falling, and the time of Caruana is still good, pretty good. So Krikor don't have any time. He needs to make these pawns, passed pawns, goes to all these squares and promote, but Caruana has a bishop, pretty strong bishop. So the bishop it's only making a pin in this pawn, and so Krikor needs to pass this pawn, but he don't have any good move. He just need to make this king walk, but Caruana never will make this king walk. So the bishop goes to here, and look at the bishop. The bishop now start here to comes, and hey, look, the king is going here, and Caruana don't want to repeat the position. Caruana is only bringing the bishop here, and he is going to bring the bishop a little bit until the king moves to c3 again. So the brilliant move is bishop by a3. So Krikor needs to take. He loses the 2 pawns and he doesn't have any good move. He loses in time, but he never can save these pawns, and these 2 pawns, one of these 2 pawns can be given to the black king, but one of them maybe of this column will make your great dream became reality, right? So in the other game, I want to bring Cricker, another game in the Cricker. So the game it's going to the black pieces, but so after this pretty bad move, here he is connecting the rook with the queen, but it's not a good move because Cricker just sacrificed the rook. And the thematic here is that if you take with the pawn, I'll just take again. And so if you get here with the rook take the rook, the queen can go to here, or if the queen go to here, it's checkmate, only because this queen it's completely a mole, completely controlling all these squares. So if you do this, you will need to give the queen. You lose one rook and one queen. And I will still have one queen and one rook. And you just have one rook in the high strong pieces. So the other game is the game between Krikor and Karina Ambartsumova. Yes, Ambartsumova, right? So this is the name, right? And so the Krikor has a good knight, but this is not a good move. This is a mistake. The option here is to make a good exchange, controlling these squares with the rook and trying to initiate a pressure in the black king, but you simply can't. You simply can't because here comes the most breaker, the most breaker game, the most breaker play of all the chess of today, right? So queen by f2 is a check. It's forced, and now I recapture with the knight applying a fork. So you really need to make this better. Yes, because now I have another fork onto this pawn and this rook. So he just moved, and now I take the pawn. You can take my knight, but in the end, I will take this pawn, and if you really want, you can advance maybe one or two squares with this pawn, but I have more pawns and I have one rook. So this is a brilliant move, sacrificing his queen. The other game is this, where I just want to bring here, and now, boom, one sacrifice with the bishop. The good option is if you can take the bishop, I just apply another pressure. So you take it, the rook, you can take my pawn, but the game is completely winned because you have a bishop and the rook. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 pawns, and I have the same amount quantity of pawns, but I have two rooks and you have just one rook and one bishop. So the other game is this. Renato Terry is the player. Quicker makes a mistake, but your opponent makes a blunder. I just sacrifice this rook, because if you take with this rook, I'll just send my knight, and this will be a fork, and I will get the knight. I'll get the rook with my knight. So this is completely breaking. And I have a good game to look. Where is this? My opponent in this position captured my just captured my pawn, and I think that I lose this pawn because I just can't recapture. Because I recapture, he will recapture with the bishop, and if I recapture with the knight, we will just exchange the pieces. But I see, and I look at again, and I look at again, and I just see that I can capture this queen if he do this. I can just take a check with this bishop, and if the queen are here at this square, I can just capture this queen. So I just started, I played, he exchanged, I exchanged, and he recaptured. So I applied the bishop, the check, and now I get this queen, and so I have a queen by a bishop, two rooks by two rooks, and he has another pawn, but well, this is a pretty good move. This is a pretty good game, winning game. After a few moments, I just captured the rook because he makes another mistake. He just have disconnected the rooks, and he gave me the rooks, and I just started to think, well, this is a good game. He just followed into this game, and I just bring it the rook because I can apply more pressure here. This king can't move because if he moves here, I just move here. So it's completely safe. He just resigned of this game, and almost into this game is this that I want to show, that a brilliant move normally is a move make it, not all times, but sometimes it's a move make it after a blunder or after a mistake of your opponent. So this is a good way to identify. It's not always in all the mistakes that you can take this advantage, and it's not always in all the inaccuracies movements, but in all the most blunders, yes, you can analyze and you can do a tactics. Sometimes use a tactics which are here, and yes, this is a brilliant move. In sometimes you can take a brilliant move after a blunder of your opponent. Not all the times, but in the huge amount of the times. So this is the video where I want to discuss the, well, a mystery of chess for me, that is a brilliant move. And yes, a brilliant move, it's one of the mysteries of the chess. And so if you want to make one suggestion, well, let me know in the comments. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next time. Bye bye.